Hello and welcome to Yoga with Glenn. I'm Glenn. Today I have a calming slow flow for you. This is going to help ease tension. It's going to help calm the body and mind. Please hop into some comfy clothes, hop on your mat, and let's get started. To begin, meet me in Sukhasana, or easy cross-legged seated position. I'm on a bolster just to raise my hips up off the ground, just to make things a little bit easier for my hips. Tall spine, open heart, level chin. And we can begin by grounding into our space, forgetting the past, forgetting what you have to do after this yoga flow, just being here in the now. Also gives us a good opportunity to establish a breath. So with an exhale, letting everything go, drawing that belly button in towards the spine, forcing all the air out as we inhale from the belly into the ribs, into the chest, and then exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Into the nose, out through the mouth if you like, or in and out through the nose. The breath is always something you can come back to if you're ever struggling with a pose, although today's poses will be quite easy in this slow flow. Now let's start by doing a seated cat-cow since we're here in Sukhasana. So you can grab a hold of your knees and just imagine doing that cow pose, but seated. You're almost sticking the belly up, arching the back with an inhale, and then exhale, using those knees, rounding the back, pressing the spine towards whatever's behind you. Inhale, cow. And exhale for cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Using those knees for a little bit of help. One more time. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Working along with our breath here. Inhale, bring the arms up. And exhale, take a twist over to your right side. Doesn't have to be a very forceful twist, just wherever you end up is fine. Chin towards the back shoulder. And as you inhale, bring the chin to the front shoulder. And exhale, chin to back. And on your next inhale, we'll come back to center, arms forward and up, and then exhale over to the opposite side. Chin pulling towards that back shoulder, and when you're ready, on an inhale, chin towards the front, and exhale, chin to back. And on an inhale, arms come forward and up, and we're going to rock either over the knees or just make your way into a table posture. I'm going to just face the correct way on my mat here. And I'm going to use a blanket just for some extra support on my knees, just to make things a little more comfortable. But bring the knees wide to the mat, bring the big toes to touch, and then sink the hips back and down for a child's pose. If the hips don't quite reach the heels, that's okay. You can try doing so by bringing the knees wider or closer together, modifying this pose as you see fit. And as you inhale here, notice as the stomach presses against the thighs, notice where the breath goes. For me, it kind of goes into my low back, and it's a nice sensation, sort of like a lower back massage. Just a few breaths here in this child's pose. Enjoying where the breath goes as you inhale and exhale.
And after your next exhale and on an inhale, we'll bring ourselves back up for table posture. Stack the hips over the knees, about hip width apart. Shoulders stacked over wrists. And release the toes so the shoelace side of the foot is on the ground. And with an inhale, we'll tilt the hips forward as we inhale for our cow pose, arching the back, trying to lift the tailbone up to the sky. And then from the hips, we'll tuck the tailbone, really pressing through, wrapping the shoulder blades around the rib cage, pressing through the earth with the hands, rounding the back, pressing the spine up towards the sky. Inhale, cow, tilt the hips. And exhale, cat. Chin falling towards the chest on our cat. Inhale for cow, and try to move from the spine, not necessarily from the neck, trying to get more out of it. And exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. We'll do 2 more. Move with your own breath to movement here if you like, or you can follow me. Exhale, cat. 1 more, cow. And exhale, cat. And as you come back into a neutral table posture, tuck the toes, and then press the hips up for a downward facing dog. Go ahead and remove any props you may have under your knees. Just move them off to the side. You can recenter yourself on your mats. Get your hand and foot placement just where you like it, but make sure your toes are tucked. And with an exhale, we're going to press ourselves up and back for a downward facing dog. Take time to set up your down dog. Maybe you like the hands a little further apart. May open the hands a little bit so the index fingers are pointed towards the top corners. Maybe you like your feet wide. Maybe you like your feet hip width apart. Pressing the chest towards the thighs. Head loose between the shoulders. Shaking your head yes. Wiggle it no. You can pedal out the feet here if you like. Just to give yourself a little stretch on the back of the leg. And when you're satisfied, come to stillness. An option to go 3-legged dog with the right leg, or just make your way into a low lunge. For your 3-legged dog, shoot that foot between the hands, drop the back knee, and raise the shoulders over the hips for that low lunge. Inhale, bring up the left arm if your right leg is forward. Let the right arm hang heavy as we bend over to the right side. Not reaching with the right arm, but if you're able to, just let it hang. Maybe you'll touch the ground with the fingertips. But we're reaching with our left arm here, really feeling the stretch in the side body. After your next exhale, inhale up, drop the left arm, chest falling towards that front knee, palms down on the ground, and we can either make our way back into that 3-legged dog, or you can just go table, down dog. Adjust yourself here, and then we'll prepare for the opposite side. So either 3-legged dog, or just make your way into that low lunge with the left knee forward. Shoot the foot through in between the hands. Drop the back knee, shoelace side of the foot on the ground. And with an inhale, lift the shoulders over the hips. Same thing, opposite side, letting this left arm hang nice and heavy. Inhale, bring the right arm up. And just taking a bend over to this left side. Again, not reaching with this left arm, just let it hang heavy. Breathing here, breathing into the side body. Feeling the stretch. You can play with the right shoulder position, either bringing the right shoulder back or forward, kind of changes the treatment of this. And after your next exhale, on an inhale, let yourself come back up. The right arm falls down to the side, chest towards that front knee, hands on the ground. Maybe you want to try that right into the three-legged dog this time. With an inhale and exhale, dropping that back foot. Knees to the mat, swinging the legs around. I'm going to recruit my blanket here just to raise my hips off the ground, but we're going to go into a wide-legged forward fold. So raising the hips off the ground will just help just a little bit, get a little more extra bend. So bring the legs wide, maybe about a foot or so, or whatever you can do off the mat. Walk the hips back so you're on the sit bones, not on the top of your butt. Inhale, arms come up, and then exhale, folding over as much as you can. If you're able to touch the ground with your forehead, it's excellent, good for you. If you look more like me, that's okay. Make this a little bit easier. You can bend the knees. You can get your torso a little closer to the ground if you have tight hips. Just find a spot where you're comfortable and breathe. Just like that breath we established at the beginning of this practice. Deep inhales, belly, ribs, chest, and exhales. If there's any part of your body that's screaming out, wanting you to change the position, that's okay. Just focus on the breath. The body part screaming will stop eventually. If your knees are bent and you're at a point where you feel like you can do a little bit more, you can slowly push the heels away from you one at a time, just to get a little bit deeper in this wide-legged forward fold. Focusing on your breath will carry you through. After your next exhale, as you inhale, begin to slowly walk the hands back towards yourself, lifting yourself back up. Bring the legs in towards the center. And we'll scoot ourselves forward on your mat. Soles of the feet on the mat, a little bit towards the top. Extend the arms out and slowly roll onto your back.
Nice and easy. Opening the heart space if you like a little bit, bringing the heels close to the glutes, maybe so close you can scrape your heel with your fingertips with the palms facing down. And with an inhale, we'll lift the hips up for bridge pose, using the power of those glutes, and then exhale, slowly roll back down. Another one, inhale, pressing the hips up, and then slowly exhale, rolling the spine back down until the hips touch the ground. Inhale, bridge, and exhale, slowly roll down. Inhale, bridge. Exhale, roll the spine down to the ground. Last one, inhale, lift. And this time, sway the hips back and forth, slowly lowering them down till they come to rest on the ground. Bring the feet wide to the mat. You can scoot the feet away from you a little bit, whatever is comfortable, but bring the knees to the rest in the center. Flip the palms if you like. Feel free to adjust how close or far away the feet are from you, how close or far away they are to each other. Changes the treatment a little bit. Find whatever's most comfortable for you. This one in particular feels very good on my low back. Feels like it just opens things up down there. And breathe. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs. Bring that belly all the way towards the spine. Another breath to go here. Inhale. And exhale. Now slowly bring the knees apart, walk the feet in. And keep walking the feet in until the bottom, the soles of the feet meet. And you can use your hands, but let the knees fall out wide. If you'd like to support your knees in some way, you may do so, or you can just let them fall apart. Again, breathing here if it's really, really tight. And you can adjust the treatment a little bit, or just where you're feeling it. You can bring the heels closer to you or slide them a little farther away from you, or just meet somewhere in the middle. Since we've closed our hips up, do the opposite and open them now. Take note, if you're not using any props, take note of where your knees are now. And then about 5 breaths or so, we'll see if our hips have opened. Full breaths, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, let everything go. Try to focus solely on the breath for the next 3 or 4. After your next exhale, see how much your legs have opened since we've taken note of them. Then when you're satisfied, bring the palms under the knees and slowly, slowly gather the knees up together. Soles of the feet on the ground. And then one at a time, extend the legs out. Nice and slow. Let the feet spread apart, opening up the palms, back of the hand on the ground. Some space between the arm and the side body. Feeling the weight of your heels into the ground, weight of your hips, the weight of your shoulders, the back of the arm, the back of the hand, the back of the head. Feel the air pass through the toes, maybe under the knee, through the fingers. Maybe feel the air pass through the nostrils with your inhale. Feel it move past your lips with the exhale. Relax the expression on the face. Let the eyes roll back into their orbits. Let the tongue fall into the lower palate. And imagine the brain sliding to the back of your skull. Nothing left to do. Nowhere else to be. Just to be at ease. If you'd like to remain in your Shavasana, of course you can. And when you are ready to get out, make sure it's nice and slow, rolling onto your side first. But to close out this practice, if you'd like, circle the arms up with an inhale. Bring the hands to heart center with an exhale. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're feeling nice and calm, nice and relaxed. Thank you, and namaste.